Thank you so much, Harry, for that really warm introduction. So today I'm here to tell you about my sustainability journey. I'll do that in just a few minutes, probably keep it 5 minutes or less, because that's all the time I have. And over here is a picture of me and my supervisor, Simon Batterbury. And I like this picture for two reasons. Number one, it is the first picture I actually took in Australia. And also, number two, my supervisor did not take this picture. At the end of the presentation, I would share with you a recent one that he took of me so that you can compare. And so my name is Josephine once again, and this is my sustainability journey. So before coming to Australia, I was in Japan. And before going to Japan, I was in Ghana, which is where I'm from. So this is me. I'm doing fieldwork at the Mole National Park in Ghana, right in front of the elephant. It was really scary, but I enjoyed it so much. And this is me at graduation at the United Nations University in Tokyo, where I lived and worked for 3 years before coming here to Australia. So this is just to say I've been studying geography for the past decade, and I enjoy doing research very much. More on that, I've been involved in several coursework and written tons of sustainability reports. It comes with being a part of United Nations University and also connected with like-minded individuals. The mask was on because it was during COVID times, so interactions were limited. But what all this taught me, these three powerful associations taught me was that, number one, humans are somehow still disconnected from nature, even though we are one with it. And the second point I would like to raise is that conservation and development are not so separate from each other. If you pick conservation, development, and protection, they go hand in hand. So with this in mind, I applied to do a PhD at the University of Melbourne while I was in Japan. So actually, my PhD came to me in a story I'll share with you later on. However, why I applied to do the PhD was because I had come in contact with a friend who had explained to me how disasters or risks are disturbing women in the climate change space and with regards to flooding. So with that in mind, I wanted to specifically investigate how climate change affects women's reproductive and sexual health. So this is actually the reason why I joined the Wattle Fellowship, because I thought, after one decade actually of studies, I could also do an action project that would sort of bring all my policies, or let's say my research that informs policy, into an actionable project instead of just policy that sometimes you may not really know where it goes or what comes of it. So that is how come I joined the Wattle Fellowship, and that was the project I had in mind actually. So through a series of workshops, conferences, amazing retreats, and likewise, I also came to a different realization that not only does conservation means development as much as it means protection, but also the inverse of that is true, and that development means conservation as much as it does protection. So with that in mind, I decided to actually change my perspective on what I wanted to do for my action project. So therefore, I got a new awakening, or a new perspective, if I might say. So since already my PhD was answering the question of the influence of climate change on women's health, I decided to take this whole new perspective and, look at my own country, the sustainability issues that bothers Ghana, and see what can come of it. I'm sorry, I can't quite get this right. All right, so a few research, as I do all the time, further research revealed that the missing link in Ghana when it comes to the sustainability space is not the deforestation as the media presents or the reducing productivity of the agric sector. However, it was the mere fact that institutions or stakeholders who work in the same sustainability space are sort of disconnected from each other. So for instance, you may have people making policies on land management or let's say, women's health, for instance, but doctors don't talk to policymakers don't talk to lecturers, these don't talk to that. They just, people in offices just make their things separately all by themselves. So with this in mind, I came up with an initiative known as... Thank you. With an initiative known as the Flourish Forum. So what this forum did was that it brought stakeholders together. We had our first event on March 27th, 2025 in Ghana, where I brought together under the Wattle Fellowship stakeholders who are involved in sustainable, or let's just say land management. So over here, I brought together lecturers, policymakers, student activists, and we have also a lot of people from just the general public because I had posted this on social media. So we had tons of people coming in, and this platform, what we did is that it brought together diverse voices in sustainability to foster collaboration and share knowledge that address mutual environmental challenges that kind of affect Ghana as we know it now. So under the Wattle Fellowship, I created the Flourish Forum. And I would like to share this really nice excerpt on LinkedIn that an attendee shared that really resonated with me. It went, as it goes. If we are serious about building sustainable cities and resilient ecosystems, we must bring both our researchers and our local communities into the core of the conversation and not leave them on the periphery. Our green spaces are not just back sceneries or background sceneries, they are infrastructure. They are living classrooms. They are spaces of healing, culture, survival. They are natural resources. So therefore, the forum reminded her that green spaces are not just silent, they are speaking to us. And the question is, are we listening? So I'm sure you're wondering what's next. This is next. I plan to now, from here, have my own foundation. It is a research foundation, not a charity foundation, by the way. And then also a monthly newsletter to sort of keep in touch with everything that I have already done in my country. Our website is currently under construction, but that is our email, so you can also get in touch with me for further discussions. And now, as promised, this is actually the picture my supervisor took, so that you can tell. Thank you so much for giving me this.